BRUCAST is back, baby.
When you say it's progressive, what exactly that means? And the reason why I ask that is because I see a lot of kids with diabetes. I mean, not a lot, but
Yeah.
sometimes I see kids with diabetes, and I wonder why.
Well, we really don't know,
Okay.
but it's certainly becoming more prevalent. I could, I have my own pet theories about why it happens, but I can't back it up with scientific, studies or anything. So I try not to speculate on things that may or may not be true. I really try to stick to the things I know to be a fact, because I'm really trying to get the facts out there. But we really don't know why kids get it. But what we've learned about diabetes is that years ago we used to call type 1 diabetes juvenile diabetes because it struck younger people mainly. And then we had type 2, which used to be called adult onset diabetes because it usually occurred later in life. But over the years, we figured out that anybody can get either type at any time. So instead of saying juvenile and adult, we now say type 1 and type 2. In my case, I got type 1 when I was 29. So if I wasn't a child, then I got it. So, it doesn't respect age anymore.
When you
But
say
when you mention being progressive, what happens is that the insulin resistance just gets worse and worse over time. As I mentioned earlier, it takes more and more insulin to overcome it. And that's something else we don't know. We know that it happens, but we really don't know why.
it is progressive, and one day it's just basically it snaps and you have it. Because
With
sorry, go
well,
ahead.
with type 2, it's a gradual process. You can have it for a long time and not even know that you have it.
Oh,
In fact, the way that insulin resistance gets diagnosed is because of high blood sugar. When you get diagnosed with prediabetes, that means that you have insulin resistance. Unfortunately, there's no cheap test to do. There is a way to determine whether somebody's got insulin resistance before the blood sugars are high, but it's so expensive and difficult to do that it's just used for research purposes. So, the high blood sugar, that is the indication of insulin resistance.
Mm-hmm.
But when that, this is kind of a thing that needs to be clarified. When you talk about prediabetes and diabetes, people get the sense that they are different diseases, and they're not. Both of them start with insulin resistance. When you have prediabetes, it means that your blood sugar is high, but not high enough to be diagnosed as diabetes. As time goes on, especially if you don't watch what you eat and don't exercise, your sugar will get higher and higher. And when it gets to a certain threshold, that's when they say you have diabetes. But the terms diabetes and prediabetes are just benchmarks. They're not different diseases.
Got it. Got it. They are just benchmarks, and not different diseases. Okay. So basically, eating a whole pie during the weekend is not gonna help you.
Well, it's not going to help. But on the other hand, what causes the damage is chronically high blood sugars.
Chronic.
You, you can, even in normal people, when you eat something sweet, your blood sugar goes up, and then the insulin comes into your bloodstream and it goes down. With diabetics, we don't have that luxury, so we have to do something if our blood sugar spikes. So if you want to eat that pie, uh, you look at it this way: you can eat the pie, and your blood sugar is going to spike. What do you do then? Well, one thing you can say is, well, this isn't going to kill me as long as I don't do this all the time. I can enjoy my dessert every once in a while. My blood sugar is going to spike. I'll get it down tomorrow, and as long as my blood sugar on the average remains low enough, there'll be no harm done. The other thing you can do is say, well, I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to drink a lot of water because moderate exercise will knock your blood sugar down. So if you eat that dessert and go for a walk for a while, you will find your blood sugar coming down. And then drinking a lot of fluids, things like water and, non-sugar beverages will help your body flush that sugar out. So as a type 2, that's something you can do to get that blood sugar down.